Alright, here we are in an Innistrad draft. It's Josh for DraftMagic.com. It's an 8-4, and we've opened a sweet rare. Charmbreaker Devils. I think way better than anything else. In this pack, this guy just wins games. You don't even need amazing instants and sorceries, like even Nightbreed Clutches will do. You prefer when they're amazing, like Into the Maw of Hell or Grasp of Phantoms, whatever. But we'll take this guy pretty happily. Passing what? Victim of Night. These blue cards are probably the next four best cards. This guy pairs pretty well with blue, so it's semi-unfortunate, but whatever. I'm not gonna shy away from blue because I passed a few blue in pack one. There's no red cards, and so here right off the bat, I'm taking a blue card because everything else in this pack is not pick 2 worthy, not pick 6 worthy. So Stitched Drake it is. And Silent Departure. It's a good follow-up. Other cards are Prey Upon and Forbidden Alchemy. I guess Butcher's Cleaver is in the mix too. Villager's Vest, all that, but I think it's just way worse than Prey Upon. So, but yeah, Silent Departure it is. On Burial Rites, eh? I'll take that. Pairs well with blue. It doesn't pair too well with blue and Charmbreaker Devils, although that would be a pretty sweet protection for a Charmbreaker Devils. So, well, I mean, I've done greedier things before. I mean, that's not necessarily our plan right now, but excuse me. But it could happen. Could happen. We can get really greedy and take a Burning Vengeance, but well, it's not that greedy. Prey Upon's like the best card here, but I've said that a few too many times this draft already, without taking an actual green card. So I think I want to avoid green. Doesn't seem to be what I want to do. I think it's either Think Twice, the safe pick, or Burning Vengeance, the fun and exciting pick. But yeah, we'll take the Think Twice. Uh, I almost changed my mind. I wanted to change my mind, but maybe it's for the best. Um, from this pack, what do we have? Not much. We've got Altar's Reaper Mana Skeleton, or I don't really want to go mill here. I could just take the Curse of the Bloody Tome in case I want to mill, but I don't really like that deck. I think the mill deck is it could be strong, but I think that if people draft like anytime like in it to win a draft with the mill deck, you have to hope that all your opponents don't have a proper sideboard for it, and I think that's too a little bit too much to ask. If it's a Swiss draft, then maybe the mill strategy is actually a strong option, but I feel like if your target's to win and you're playing 8-4 drafts, I don't really like the idea of mill. You need a plan B or some form of resilience or just like a million curses. But even then, like you just get destroyed by someone's parasailing or something, or their hex, whatever it's called, that artifact there. This pack has really not much going on. We've been saying that a lot. I mean, green cards are the best cards, but they're not very good. It's not very good anyway. I'll just take this Manor Skeleton. Not especially pleased by it, but that is going to be the pick. I suppose I take a sensory deprivation here. Don't know that Ghoul Caller's Bell is going to be something I want. Don't really want to Dream Twist it. If I had the Burning Vengeance, I'd take this Dream Twist. Or if I thought I was going to table it, I don't think I can really hope to table it. So I'll take the deprivation here. Desperate Rituals will work better than the Nightbird Clutches here, I think. Ancient Grudge, which is on color sideboard card. Parasaline, which I like to have access to, even if it's not on color. Foil Dual Land, yes please. I guess these are on color potentially, though. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna splash green. I don't know. Ah, screw it. I'm not gonna miss these guys. Yeah, there we go. Now we are officially well set up against the mill deck. See? Randomly have a Witchbane Orb and a Parasaline. I guess they could get milled, but well, we'll have the Stony Sounds. I'm not sure when I would side in the Stony Sounds against like 5 equipments. Alright, so what are we taking here? I think I take the Geist Flame. I mean, Fiend Hunter's the best card, but I don't think I can really hope to play it. I could take, like, taking the dual land isn't the worst here if I actually want to splash this Unburial Rites. But if foil Hinterland Harbor wheels, I can actually expect this to wheel too, and maybe just Travelers. I mean, there's also Pitchburn Devils. I might want creatures actually. Like right now, I'm sitting at 3-ish. If I include Manor Skeleton, maybe I just want a Pitchburn Devils over Geist Flame. That seems wrong. I think that's wrong. I'll find creatures. For example, a Civilized Scholar will do quite nicely. Passion Flames. I'd like to make this work in a deck one day. I don't think that's possible, but I'd like to make it work. Yeah. I mean, Victim of Night if I thought I was going to play black, but at this point I'm a little bit more likely to play blue-red. I really don't want to have to abandon the Charmbreaker Devils. I'll try to splash it no matter what, but to actually like play Unburial Rites and Charmbreaker Devils is going to be tough as is. Let's lean towards the Charmbreaker Devils. Okay, so we're getting some creatures. The Self-Help Occultist over the Vampire I think makes sense. Seeing as I'm probably going to be more defensive and more inclined to be milling myself. Skursdag Cultist, I suppose. It's pretty sweet. And way better than Kessig Wolf, and there's just really nothing else in this pack. Uh-huh. How excited am I by Stitcher's Apprentice? Not extremely excited, but I don't really have too much synergy with it at the moment. I think in blue-red it's a little bit more difficult to get synergy than say like blue-black or blue-green, where you care about Morbid. Still think it's better than taking the Silver Inlaid Dagger. That doesn't seem like it's going to be very good in our deck. So, that's the pick. Let's find something to, like, oh man. I can, like, wheel that dual land and then, like, I can actually have, like, 5-color deck. Man, I wish I had that Burning Vengeance. What might have panned out here. Do I take another Geist Flame or do I take this Lantern Spirit? Because I might need dudes. Let's hide this Manor Skeleton. And this Witchbane Orb. I don't need dudes that badly. Lantern Skeleton. Lantern Spirit is decent. Let's just take this guy. So maybe I find another Burning Vengeance before this draft is done. Yeah, Trader's Blood. It's not very good in my deck at the moment, though. Like it is kind of cool to like bring back with the Charmbreaker's Devil, but it does work well with the Cultist and with the Apprentice. Okay, it's 3 cards already that works well with it. Can't be bad. We could splash a Boneyard Worm off our Hinterland armor. Not really, though. Well, I guess we could, especially if we didn't actually play Unburial Rights, but... I mean, if I am in fact going to splash black, I don't think these are the guys I'd splash. Whee! I got my duel back. Alright. Burial Rights, here I come. How hard is it to make this work? What spells would you need to be running? Like Harvest Pyre would be a start. If I had like Harvest Pyres, probably should just take the Riot Devils. I don't know. Maybe I can make Past in Flames do something. Just on the off chance that I can actually make it do something. We're gonna take it there. I do need creatures, I suppose, though. And we've got quite the rare sideboard package. Nevermore, Stony Silence, and Hexy whatever. Hexy Hexproof art artifacts. Bramble Crush. Alright, I guess I have to start prioritizing creatures. Or like another way of winning the game besides Charmbreaker Devils. Because right now it's the Charmbreaker Devil deck. Huh. I think I want a Delver. I can maybe wheel Delver and take a Claustrophobia. I don't even have that much removal. Like, for someone who has not very many creatures, I should probably have more removal. Like, right now, I just have a bunch of... Well, not a bunch of nothing. That's not true. Screw it. I think I need a way to win the game. And Delver can do that. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of spells. Like, that much is clear. And if I'm playing a lot of spells, I kind of like this Delver. Here it's just Harvest Pyre. Stitch Drake. We're gonna go backwards on this one. Stitch Drake and I took a Delver over a. When I say backward, I took a Delver over a Claustrophobia, but Harvest Pyre is actually really insane in this deck. I think. I'm not milling myself that much though. Maybe it's not super insane. I'm low on creatures to take another Stitch Drake here. I mean, Geist Catcher's Rig is actually pretty good. Yeah, I just want the Harvest Pyre. Alright, this one's tough. This one's tough. Do I want a Silent Departure or a Forbidden Alchemy? Normally I just slam this Departure, but at this point maybe I want some self-mill / card selection. I have the what do I have to put things in my graveyard? The Ravings, the Occultist, and the Scholar. That's not enough. I might have to prioritize this Forbidden Alchemy. I don't want this Moan of the Unhallowed, but I think that might be way too greedy of an attempted splash. Hey! Look at that, we get a Silent Departure anyway. Oh, Spider. No, that's not going to work in this deck. Must resist. I love this card. More than words can express. But Silent Departure. Easy pick. Easy pick. What do we want? Pitchford Devils, Makeshift Mauler. I don't think I need another think twice here. So yeah, it's between these two guys. Yeah, I think I'm just running too few creatures to wanna run a makeshift mauler. Like even though I have some ways of milling, I'm less likely to actually hit a creature on those. I can like use an apprentice or a cultist to get something in the yard, but I think I just want the Pitchburn Devils. Unburial Righting a Pitchburn Devils not so bad. I don't know. I do have this Hinterland Harbor and nothing else really do I really want in this pack. Like I don't like playing Blood Crazed Neonate in this deck. I don't think it wouldn't be the absolute worst. It is a 2-drop, which I'm lacking, but I can protect it with Silent Departure and Geist Flame. I don't want to have to force my hand to like Silent Departure or something just to have them play another guy that trades with it. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I think I'm just taking the Spider Spawning. I'm low on creatures for Spider Spawning, but I don't know. Maybe we can make that work somehow. All right, this is an interesting one. I don't think I'm playing this Boneyard Worm though, which is unfortunate. I don't actually even have that much fixing for my 5-color deck. Um, Desperate Ravings. I don't like Blazing Torture. It's either Ashmouth Hound or Desperate Ravings, I think. I really wish I had a Burning Vengeance. Let's take the Desperate Ravings here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Man. Man. Both these cards would be pretty good here. Maybe I just don't have enough upside out of the Back from the Brink. I have the Imperial Rights. I actually like taking Back to the Brinks would sort of mean I don't necessarily even have to splash an Imperial Rights. Imperial Rights is still better, even though it costs the splash. I'm taking the Deranged Assistant here, just because like you can't mill if you mill away your Back from the Brink. That's bad news. Well, this is a bit of a mess. All right, we can board into a curse. Celador. This might be a deck for Celador actually. Like we might be Creature Light for Celadoring ourselves. But maybe we can stall the game. So let's see. Let's see what's going on here. This is an odd one, ladies and gentlemen. This is a really odd one. Just gonna sort of pile in everything that's playable, even the Cellar Door. Runic Repetition is probably decent in this deck. We'll see. I'll just put it in there. Yeah, Past and Flames didn't quite get there. If I had like 3 Harvest Fires, I'd think about it. Can you go infinite off Runic Repetition and Past and Flames? Does that work? Not that I would do anything in my deck at all, but like, can you? Is there some way of setting that up? Like Runic Repetition, Past and Flames, then Past and Flames to flashback Runic Repetition, Would runic repetition be able to target itself as it flashbacks? Probably not, actually. Anyway, it's just a random aside. Um, yeah, I guess Frightful Delusions is potentially playable in a pinch. Alright, so one question is whether we can actually run spider spawning in this and not and not be like called totally retarded in the forums. That's one question. I mean, Unburial Rights we can definitely run, even just off of clifftop retreats. I, like I can add one swamp, one plains or something. I think it might be necessary. One swamp, one plains, one clifftop retreats. I have ways of discarding it from my hand between the Scholar and the Desperate Ravings, though I can't really control if it actually gets discarded from the Desperate Ravings. Though I kind of want Swamp for Forbidden Alchemy and Spider Spawning if I actually play that. Okay. Well, Runic Repetition's okay, but I don't know if it's spectacular here. Jeez, like what's my actual plan here? It's Charmbreaker Devils, and then and if not Charmbreaker Devils, what? I have the random Delver. I have a Stitched Drake. Cards on my cut list are as follows. Trader's Bud's really not good if I don't have a Cultist or Forbidden Alchemy is not on my cut list. Trader's Blood is. Trader's Blood's really not good if I don't have a Cultist or an Apprentice. It's actually really bad in this deck. Yeah, I've been meaning to try out a Celador. It's actually been good against me a couple times. It seems horrible though, like paying 3 to maybe get value. Like in our deck, doing it ourselves, we have enough flashback that maybe it's has value to do on ourselves, but we're just not getting that zombie out of it often enough with only 10 creatures. If I was at like 12, 14 creatures, even then you're getting it less than half the time, but it seems like a lot of mana to spend, even though you do get the value out of milling yourself. I'd probably just Celador my opponent if I were to play it. Well, I'm at 23 cards here, so I guess. Well, if I'm splashing Spider Spawning and Unburial Rights slash Flashback Forbidden Alchemy, maybe. Like, if the games go long, Celador still is a potential win condition. I just don't know how great a job I'm doing of actually controlling the board. I'm actually I have a lot of spells that actually don't do anything. I'm just dig for more spells that don't do it, and this deck's not very good. Unless it drops Charmbreaker Devils and it sticks. Yeah, no, I don't think this is. I don't think Celador actually works in this deck. So I'm gonna play. This is. I really needed like a Grotto to complement this for this to really make sense. I think what I have to do here is I have to play. So they have no planes. I need to play at least one planes. I want to have 2 sources for flashback on Unburial Rights, and I want to have 2 black sources for spider spawning and forbidden alchemy, especially for spider spawning, because I think I'm actually gonna not play another green source. So hard cast, it'll only be off Hinterland Harbor. But I absolutely want to be able to continue to mill myself, and maybe eventually hit a spider spawning that can do something okay. I'm only playing 10 creatures, but even getting 5 spiders out of a milled spider spawning is decent. While I try to set up somehow getting a Charmbreaker back in play, either through Imperial Rights or from my hand or whatever. I mean, the bonus is that Delver's really good in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, that's pretty good. Maybe I want this Runic Repetition. I don't know what I would cut. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Let's just figure out the land. Get on with it. So, I can actually go down 1 island. I think I have to. So this is 13, 15, 16, 18. Okay. 6 mountains is a little low. I only have the Cultist, which is double red, but still a little low. Teacher's Apprentice is actually really not very good in this deck. I guess, like, it can mill off like an Occultist. Maybe I just want to, like, play a Curse in the deck. Not for myself, for my opponents. Like, curse my opponent and see if I can, as a plan B. No. Nope, I don't think so. Alright, well, actually, this is a 7th mountain. That's an 8th island. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. 18 lands. 18 lands isn't actually that bad in this deck anyway. We have, like, the Think Twice and the Desperate Ravings to sort of filter that. We've got ways of using that excess mana, Forbidden Alchemy, and all this stuff, and whatever. Okay, so, well, yeah, maybe this deck is actually okay. I prefer to have a few extra good creatures, and I definitely passed my share of at least borderline creatures. Like Riot Devils would be just fine, actually, added into the mix. But no, what can I do? I was greedy, and so we have a greedy deck. I'll see you round 1.